Read the question carefully. Here we got a clock with an hour hand that is 12 inches long, is hanging on a wall. At noon, the distance between the tip of the hour hand and the ceiling is 19 inches. So let's say this is ceiling, and here is clock. Okay, and we at noon, that means, let me just draw the hour hand here. So this distance is 19 inches at noon, and this hour hand is 12 inches long, so the measure is 12 inches. Okay, now find the distances of the tip of the hour hand at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. means here, so this will be 19 plus 12, so this will be 31, then 31 inches. 6 p.m. so here that's 31 plus this hour hand is 12, so 31 plus 12, 43. Okay, that's 43 inches. And back 9 p.m. so here same as 31, and at the midnight back to where we started, so 19 inches. So this is a periodic function. When the distances make a periodic function. Now if y represents the distance between the tip of the hour hand and the ceiling, x hours after noon, so noon means 0, anything after noon is x hours. Okay, then represent the periodic behavior by the following equation. So we want to model this by this function, this sine function. Okay, so let's draw a graph. So we have the distance of the ceiling from the tip of the hour hand is y, and this is the time after midnight, sorry, after noon. So noon is 0. At 0, that means noon, 19 inches. So that's the first point. And at 3 is 31. So 3, 6, 9, back to midnight. So 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m., midnight, 12 a.m. So at noon, that's 19. At 3, we got 31. At 3, we got 31 there. At 6, that's the 43. 43. Okay. Then now back to 9 p.m. that's 31. And midnight back to 19. Okay, so we have a sine function, by the way, or we can represent this by cosine as well. So here are the reference points. At 3 we got 31, 6, 43, 9, back to 31, at midnight back to 19. Okay, this is not a perfect graph and it does not have to be. Now look at the function here. So we want to represent this model, this behavior by this function. So amplitude. So here the minimum it is 19, maximum is 43. So this is the midline, by the way. So it goes up 12, down 12. So A, the amplitude is 12 inches. And this midline is this height, that's the vertical shift, that's D, is 31. Look at, we need to determine the constants A, B, C, and D. A is amplitude. In fact, this is absolute A equals 12, but we don't have to worry about the positive or negative because this minus C is a shift Bx minus C that will take care of the sign. So A is 12, D is 31. Now we need to find the constants B and C. B is related to period. Period means one complete cycle. Look at it, takes 12 hours from 19 all the way to 43 back to 19 inches. Or you can see on this clock is one circle in 12 hours. So period means 2 pi over B. Okay, that's the 2 pi, but there is a B, so 2 pi over B. So period 2 pi over B is, for this model we got 12. So from this we can determine the value of B. Okay, just swap. So this implies 12, 2 pi over 12 equals B. So bring 12, 2 pi over 12, that's pi over 6. Okay, then we have now kind of done. So y equals A, look at the equation here, A sine, so 12 sine B, B is pi over 6 x minus C. Okay, C is missing, and that's what we find the last, Bx minus C plus D, D is 31. Now to determine the value of C, we can use any point from here, maybe 0, 19 or 3, 31, 6, 43. The easiest will be always at 0, 19. Okay, let's use that and we can determine the value of C using the point 0. When x is 0, y is 19. So y is 19 when x is 0. So 12 times sine pi over 6 minus 0, because the x is 0 here. So 0, so minus C plus 31. So we need to solve for C. 31, subtract 31 from both sides. 19 minus 31, that's negative 12, equals 12 times sine of negative angle is negative of sine that angle, because sine is an odd function. So sine of negative theta is negative sine theta, but our angle is C in this case. C, it's times. Okay, now divide by 12. In fact, this is negative 12. You can think this is negative 12. Divide by negative 12. So we get 1 equals sine C. So we want to find the smallest angle of sine, where sine of that angle equals 1. So sine 90 degrees is 1, sine pi over 2 equals 1. That means C is pi over 2. So thus we got the final answer. So we already had the model here, only C was missing, that we just found. So y equals 12 sine pi over 6x minus pi over 2 plus 31. Okay, you can check if this model is good. You can just, let's say 12, or at 6 we have to get 43, right? So if we plug in 6 here, what's gonna happen? So 12, so I'm taking 6 and I want to get y equals 43 looking at the graph. So 12 sine pi over 6 times 6, 6 cancel, pi minus pi over 2 plus 31. 12 times pi minus pi over 2 is pi over 2, and sine pi over 2 is 1, and 12 times 1 is 12 plus 31 is 43. That's what we want. So our answer is correct.